Hi guys, in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm gonna be continuing with my reactions to Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Currently we are on Season 1, Episode 19B, How to Make Enemies and Bend People to Your Will. Quite the mouthful of a title for an episode, but I'm expecting there's gonna be another really fun episode of the show, as the past 15 episodes, or actually 20 maybe even at this point, have been, so... yeah, and especially I actually expect that this is going to be an even more fun episodes than usual, because as some of you may have noticed, I am back at this place. Some of you may know it if you've checked out some of my other reactions, but for those of you who don't, basically I've moved back to this place because due to the nature of my parents' job, since I live with my parents, they are forced to move twice a year from one location to another. So now that the summer and even the fall are over, we're back here. And for whatever reason, I'm just feel more comfortable and at peace here, which kind of leads to getting far more enjoyment out of the things that I react to. Because today I reacted to a bunch of episodes of Generator Rex, and the episodes that I reacted to were so much more entertaining than most of the other ones of the show that we checked out. Like, there was a certain level of easiness and chillness that I just didn't have at the other place, which led me to just enjoying the episodes far more. So I'm curious to see whether that chillness is also gonna elevate the entertainment of the episodes of Rise of the TMNT and TMNT 1987 as well. But there's only one way to find out whether that's gonna be the case. Though, as usual, before we get into that, I do want to remind you that you can get a full-length version of this reaction over on my Patreon or Ko-fi account, where by subscribing to the specific tiers I've created for it, you can get access to some or all of my full-length reactions, which includes cartoons, short live-action TV series, long live-action TV series, and movie full-length reactions. You can also just stick with the YouTube version of these reactions, since I do my best to keep the best parts of the reactions in the YouTube videos, but there's still always more you can get over there, but ultimately it's up to you, you know. But yeah, enough chit chat about things that don't matter. Let's just get into the reaction to episode 19B in 3, 2, 1. Man, it does feel a little weird to be reacting to this show now that I'm back here. Especially because the last bit of TMNT that I reacted to was like the season 5 of the 2012 series, and this location really fucking reminds me of that. Who the fuck is that?
Why must I waste my time watching a ridiculous ceremony?
Man, look at the visuals and the animation quality. This seems like it's gonna be far more than a filler episode.
And once you become a full member of the Foot Clan.
Yes, the legends state that only those who have proven their loyalty can wield the armor's power.
Then make me a member immediately.
So is he gonna end up wearing the armor by the end of the season?
Why are my gargoyles telling me my rank?
Because when we got promoted from toenail to tenderfoot, we're ranked 2 now. Hey,
I love those two guys, man. They're so funny.
oh, sweet.
They outrank me? Unacceptable.
You mean unacceptable? I don't really do a good impression of the Lemon King or whatever his name is.
I have been doing this all wrong.
Indeed. Waiting is for fools.
I love how much of a badass he is.
Lookout support duty? We're the lookouts for the lookouts?
This is beneath us both.
Yeah,
I was accepted
I agree.
in every clan I apply to.
With my powers, I should be in charge of this clan. Surely there must be some way to take control from them.
Unlikely. According to our laws, one can only take control of the Foot Clan by succeeding where the leaders have failed. And my sensei do not fail.
Uh-huh. Except for the times when they fail.
Our research says the armor...
I fucking love the visuals of this show, man. I just can look at this show for ages. It's so pleasing to the eyes.
Smell it, smell it, smell it, smell
What are you doofuses doing?
What are they doing?
No doubt a cunning plan to disrupt our mission to get the dog.
Yeah,
back.
cunning indeed.
Say, Rat, do you have the guts to sniff the stinkiest plant on earth? The corpse flower?
So say.
What's with the slide, dude?
So, our senseis never fail, eh? We'll see about that.
Honestly, these guys are holding their own surprisingly nice. Jesus, the animation is kind of terrifying.
Were those the turtles? Should we alert the foot?
Why? I mean, they'll see him in a sec.
I love the way you think. Rank 3 in no time.
I love these guys, man.
Trust me, our rank is about to skyrocket.
Ugh. Jesus. This might be some of the most gruesomest transformations, or mutations, should I say, in TMNT. Because, like, you would think, like, the 2012 ones are pretty bad. Like, these ones are pretty bad. Like, in these ones, you actually have the characters vocalizing the pain and shit. Like, that's some wild shit. In the 2012, it was visually insane. Especially season 2 onwards. Can you stop vomiting? Man, sometimes this show is fucking disgusting, I gotta say.
I have accomplished with one assistant what you couldn't accomplish with an entire clan.
That's a cool shot. That's gonna be the thumbnail.
We're partners.
By the laws of the Foot Clan, I am now your leader.
Hell yeah.
Strike again on Monday.
Definitely feels more like a leader than those two dipshits.
Tuesday?
Ooh, you know, Baron's got a haircut on Tuesday. You know how they never get it right in the first pass.
Yeah, and then you go to Wednesday, you might as well write off the rest of the week.
Enough. Our plans will commence the following Monday, and I'll hear no more about it.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so how do I feel about this episode? I don't know. It's definitely a little weird watching this show at this place because I'm not used to it, you know? I'm used to the atmosphere of the other place kind of, I don't know, giving me the thought space that I have to be in to really be able to, like, judge this show. So being in this new place, I guess I'm more... I feel confused about exactly how I feel about this, because I think this wasn't a bad episode per se, but it doesn't really feel like much of anything, if that makes any sense. Because, like, it feels just like a bit of an episode. It doesn't feel like an episode on its own, even by this show standards. Where this show, even if the episodes are 11 minutes or 12 minutes, however long you want to call it, they still kind of are like a self-contained thing, unless they're like some using some continuity from previous stuff, but it's still kind of a self-contained thing. But this very much feels like it's continuing from where last or one of the previous episodes ended. And it just feels like this is just a part of an episode. It's like a 1/4 of an episode. And I don't know, it just kind of makes it weird to judge how I feel about it truly. I guess the episode of this was Baron Draxum raising through the ranks and becoming the leader of the Foot Clan. And that's, I guess, the story of it, or the plot of it, or whatever you want to call it. But I don't know, man, it just feels kind of weird. It doesn't feel as finished, like, or as complete. It feels like the middle piece of, like, 3 pieces. You know? Does that make any sense to you? Yeah, plus, I don't know, that weirdness with, like, the vomiting just kind of weirds me out. And it's one of those things that are just kind of weird about the show sometimes. It's kind of bizarrely weird sometimes. I kind of dig it because at least it's not fucking forgettable and boring and bland like how it was in the beginning. But man, sometimes I'm just confused about how to feel about it because it's just this bizarre weirdness that... It's just bizarre and weird, you know? But yeah, don't really have too much of an opinion on this episode ultimately, so I don't even know if I can rate it really. I think it's fine, but I feel like it would have worked better as a part of like a bigger episode, you know? Because it just feels like a part of a bigger episode. So the concept alone, I think it's good, so I think I'm gonna give this one an 8.4 out of 10, but yeah, I don't know. It's just gonna be a little bit, it takes time, a little bit of time for me to adjust to reacting to this show in this place, because I guess now I'm in the mind space of the last time I reacted to TMNT stuff here, which was the TMNT 2012 series, so I'm kind of like in the headspace for that, but yeah, I don't know. Overall, an okay episode, but definitely hope for something better. And the fact that I was kind of confused and weirded out about this episode could also be because I recorded quite a few reactions today, so I'm a little burned out, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. What did you guys think about this episode? Comment those down below and let's have a discussion about this. And also, before ending this video, I just want to give a huge shout out to my currently 6 patrons on Patreon. Omar Bridgman, Deadpool, Corby Dead, Etsap123, Soap93160, and Tia Rose Gelatly. Thank you guys for your support, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me that you've decided to support me, have continued to support me for such a long time. Hope you continue to enjoy my content and continue to support me going forward. Thank you very much. Another thing that I also want to tell you guys before we end this video is something about me that some of you may or may not already know. That will also explain why do I look and dress the way that I do in my videos. That thing being the fact that I am trans. In particular, I am somewhere between a non-binary person and a trans woman, though I am unsure at the moment and probably won't be sure until I talk to a professional who deals with trans people. But that is where the reason why I'm telling you all this comes. I need your help. Due to the fact that I live in a homophobic and transphobic Eastern European country, with a family that won't really ever accept the fact that I'm trans if they ever found out, it's not really feasible or easy for me to transition here with minimal to no repercussions. So that's why I would really appreciate any kind or any amount of support that you guys can give me with this. That said, I don't want to guilt trip you or anything. I don't want you to feel like you have to help me. So if you don't want to or you don't have the means to help out, that's okay. Don't feel bad. I just want you to know that it would be greatly appreciated if you did help me get out of this situation. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask me, and thank you for hearing me out. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Wattpad, where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account, where you can pledge support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing the stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And I think it's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!